Episode number 22. This is our Labor Day trip with friends, Whitney's friends, who came and visited us from, I guess y'all are friends from Louisiana, but they live in Texas now. They travel every once in a while. They've come to see us twice now. And this time, we decided that instead of hanging out in Crescent City, we were going to start off at Crater Lake and then make our way over to Lincoln City, Oregon, to go find a glass float.
Spoiler alert.
Oh, you just gonna put it out there in the beginning? Don't get your hopes up.
We didn't find one.
Don't get your hopes up for us finding a float. But the trip would not be what the trip was if Whitney and I had not started the trip the way we started the trip. How did we start the trip, babe?
With a whole bunch of brownies.
With 24 brownies?
And 8 cookies.
24 brownies and 8 cookies from Coastal Market in Gold Beach, Oregon, because she was closing and we wanted to make sure we got the last of our brownies and cookies to kind of fill that hole. I just saw, okay, so the fish are still jumping because I just saw another one jump. We're sitting at Medicine Lake.
Oh yeah, you're supposed to say where we're recording from.
We're in the van, of course, because recording in the van is the new normal. And we are sitting at Medicine Lake. Are we still in California?
We are in California.
Medicine Lake in California. I don't know exactly where Medicine Lake is. I don't have service right now.
I don't know if we're technically in, but we're near the Modoc National Forest.
I remember seeing a sign for Modoc.
Which is in the northeast corner, pretty much northeast corner of California.
So sitting here recording, but we decided we wanted to go to Gold Beach at Coastal Market and get our brownies and cookies. So for pretty much the entirety of the trip, Whitney and I were doing our best to make sure that we ate all 24 brownies and 8 cookies before they started going stale, and I think we accomplished that.
The cookies did start falling off, but the brownies stayed phenomenal.
Yeah, they did. We got those. I also got a piece of pumpkin pie that was delicious. It is pumpkin spice season, so that kind of quelled that like immediate craving that you get whenever it starts to become the fall season. And I say that as we're sitting in 34-degree weather on September 13th at Medicine Lake. We started the morning off in the 40s, and then we drove over here and it got down into the 30s. We did not touch freezing, though.
No, but the van did alert us that the roads may be frozen.
The van did have the little snowflake alarm on the dash.
So we did that. So we took a very roundabout way to get to Crater Lake. And
we stopped at Rolling Pin.
Oh, I was sleeping.
Oh, you were. So Whitney, you crawled in the back of the van for the first time ever while I drove, and you slept.
Because I had just come off work, and we decided that we wanted to get on the road earlier than we originally planned. Our plans changed a little bit.
Well, the other issue was that we were looking at figuring out how to get to Crater Lake, and I had to go up to Gold Beach to get the Coastal Market goodies. So it was like I can either drive north an hour and then drive south an hour and go back to Crescent City and then go 199 east. And you were like, well, or we could just go the long way, which is the roundabout way that you just said.
Well, we were going to do that first plan until, you remember, I looked at traffic and it said that they're doing road work on 199, so that it said it could be up to an hour delay. So I was like, well, if we hit that just wrong and have to just sit there for an hour.
Yeah, I remember that now.
So that's why we decided to do what we did. So I slept and you stopped and you got a coffee
I did get a coffee.
Biscuits.
I was on my own for the drive, so I needed some coffee to keep me company.
Just for like 3 hours.
Yeah, but
Don't be dramatic.
I don't do well by myself. I need conscious adult supervision.
So we did that, and then we drove over to Crater Lake. We didn't make any other stops, did we?
No, we stopped at Rolling Pin for biscuits. I didn't even note that I got coffee. I stopped to get coffee. And, I mean, we jumped right into it. We met them at Crater Lake and went immediately on a hike.
I know, I had to pull up all trails because I was like, I wonder if he put the names of the hikes in the...
We did the Watchman Peak Trail.
Yeah, we went to the Watchman Peak Trail and went to...
Watchman Peak Trail was neat. You spend the entire time just slowly gaining altitude with just view after view after view of Crater Lake.
And it's super close to... It's about the highest viewpoint you can get that's right next to Wizard Island. So we had a really good view of Wizard Island when we got to the top, which was cool.
Yeah, you could see down into... What's the cinder cone in Wizard Island? Is that Wizard Island cinder cone?
I think it's... I mean, I don't have service right now to look, but...
Oh, yeah, that's true. So we did the Watchman Peak Trail. It was nice. It's one of those... We talked about Crater Lake. Like, Crater Lake is essentially just doing a bunch of hikes for a bunch of different views of Crater Lake. I think Watchman Peak Trail would be one of those where if you had one day in the park, we haven't done everything in Crater Lake, but I would say if you had one day, half a day, you could do one trail. I feel like Watchman Peak was a good trail.
Well, we both preferred the next one that we did. We said.
We did, but this one's also like short, quick. It gets you everything that you can get. You get to see Wizard Island. And I guess when I said the other one was my favorite, that's one of those when like you have multiple days to spend at the park and you get to like be picky and choosy. And I think I would prefer this one for somebody if they were only doing one, because you do get that exposure to Wizard Island.
Yeah. There is another one that I would like to go back and do too. Shocker. But Mount Scott over on the very east side, but that honestly I don't think you can... I don't know if you can get to it right now or not, or if the road's closed.
Fortunately, we had campground reservations for this trip. I say fortunately. Fortunately or unfortunately, we had a spot. We shared a spot at Broken Arrow Campground, which was a nice little campground. It was big. It was huge.
Yeah, the sites were super nice.
And spread out.
Big, spread out, lots of space. So that was really cool. I definitely liked that campground. So we went and got checked in after the hike. And then just spent the night there.
Did a campfire.
Did a campfire. Jake's favorite thing. Both of our favorite things. I was going to say,
you can't put that on me.
I can't even lie. I don't mind sitting out next to them at all, actually. Unless they're like super smoky and you can't get away from the smoke. Like
I didn't mind it, but it's just so smoky every time.
I didn't think that one was bad. The one a couple nights later was bad when we were struggling with it so much.
Yeah.
Did that and then woke up the next morning and had breakfast and coffee. Just sitting at the campground, and then got up and got moving fairly quickly.
Get up and get moving every day fairly quickly. Maybe not today. Maybe not this morning. I didn't start moving until 6 a.m.
I mean, it's difficult now because it's not getting light early enough.
Well, I was also trying to be... I told you last night we were going to have a slow day today, so I was not... When I woke up this morning, I was like, all right, I'll give myself another like 2 or 3 rollovers, and then I'll start moving.
It's going to be extra slow if it doesn't start warming up for us to go get on the paddleboard.
Are we going to paddleboard here today?
I want to. We're here.
We're going to go out on the paddleboard in the 30s. Y'all are going to hear about this.
You can wear your joggers. So anyways, we did that.
Take a sip of your coffee.
You don't like empty space in the podcast.
Well, I was hurrying up to drink that so that I could get back on it and tell the people about the Garfield Peak hike that we did.
That's the first thing we did the next morning, which Garfield Peak is on the south side of the lake. From the Rim Visitor Center, Rim Village, Lodge area. So a pretty busy area. I was surprised. We didn't get to the hike crazy early. And it wasn't that crowded.
No, it was
which
not.
Was nice. And it was the
parking lot filled.
I guess it was a weekday.
The parking lot filled up by the time we got back. but we didn't get there. We didn't get there early as far as what you and I would normally do. I feel like we were the slowdown for this entire trip of all the people involved in the trip. And I don't know how much of it had to do with the dog or how much of it had to do with having friends that didn't have to worry about. I guess they were in a tent and they had that stuff going on, but I feel like they were even quicker to go than we were, which I did not foresee. I didn't expect them to slow us down, but I didn't expect us to be as slow and be like as much of a problem as we were.
It was definitely all the times that we had to leave Sandy, having to put the window shades up, make sure the air conditioner was on, set the camera up, set the temp stick up. Like, that definitely just took an extra time.
We were the people that I say I don't want to travel with for this trip. But
oh well, we made it through.
As usual, if you're at a national park and if you want a parking spot, get to the parking lot fairly quickly. At least try to. Crater Lake's a little more forgiving, apparently, because we got out there and it wasn't that bad for us to get a spot that morning. As I said, it did fill up by the time we got back, but by the time we got back, it was 10 a.m. or later. So
by the time we got back from our hike?
Yeah.
It was significantly later than that.
So if you're getting to a parking spot past 9 or 10 at a national park, you should already expect there to be difficulty finding a parking spot.
But we did the Garfield Peak hike. It was really cool.
That was where you hid your marble that got muggled, right?
We hid a marble and it got muggled. I'm sitting here looking at the picture of it and it's so pretty.
It is so pretty. Somebody got a really awesome marble. I don't know if we've ever explicitly stated this before. If we ever say that a marble got muggled, that means that somebody that's not participating or claiming marbles in the world's biggest marble hunting group on Facebook found the marble that was hidden, because the marbles are hidden for people in the group to find. They're not hidden just
for randos to find.
Yeah, they're not just hidden out in the world for anybody to find. Granted, when you leave a marble out in the wild, it is at that point anyone's marble.
I want to get something made, like a coin or a token or something like not a business card that won't disintegrate if it stays out for a while or get ruined if it gets wet, for world's biggest marble hunt, so that if people do find it that aren't part of the group, they can look it up and maybe join, or realize that this is hidden for somebody specific or a specific group of people, and maybe we'll leave it if they're not interested in it. You know what I mean? Not just like, oh, people are hiding something for random people to find.
That could be our decoy. We decided, after Garfield Peak, of course, it was lunchtime, and we thought we had found a picnic area.
I mean, it was technically a picnic area.
There was one picnic table at the picnic area.
And it was labeled as a picnic area, so one would assume there would be more than one table. There was not, in fact, more than one table. Oh. Do you remember what happened at breakfast that morning?
Oh, so we were sitting... Do you want to tell the story?
So we were sitting at the picnic table at the campsite. Everybody was like drinking coffee and eating breakfast and whatever. And it was chilly out, so I had a beanie on. And we're sitting at the table. And there were... I'm trying to remember what the birds are. I can't remember what kind of birds they are. Canada jays, maybe, or something like that. But the bird flew down and landed on my head, on my beanie.
It didn't stay for a significant period of time. Its feet hit Whitney's head and it immediately took off because Whitney was moving her head and the bird did not like the fact that the object that it just landed on was moving.
I really feel like it was trying to take my beanie.
It probably thought that your beanie would have been a really good nest-making material.
I still just can't get over the fact that happened.
The bird never would have been able to fly away with that beanie anyway. That beanie probably weighed 5 or 6 times more than the bird.
Anyways, I just thought about that because of when we were sitting at the picnic area eating lunch.
The birds were getting pretty aggressive at the picnic area.
The birds, they wanted our food. We did not feed them, but they wanted the food.
They did.
So we ate lunch, and then the plan was to go to the Cleetwood Cove Trail.
That was also when we started the jam that we finished today, which was the super delicious strawberry jam that we got from the random farm stand in California.
That had the terrible blackberries. Yeah, that jam was good. So we were planning on going to the Cleetwood Cove Trail, which is the trail down to the lake. And this year is the last year it's going to be open until they're anticipating 2029 as the next season that it's going to open, because they're doing construction on it to make it more accessible. And I wanted to hike it before it closes.
I don't know what they're going to do in order to make the trail more accessible.
They're going to make it wrap around the entire lake so that it's just one slow, steady incline or decline.
I know you're not telling the truth right now.
Can you imagine how wild that would be, though?
Yeah.
If they just had a trail that literally just spiraled around the lake.
Welcome to our new 13-mile accessible trail for getting down to Crater Lake. I don't know what they're going to do. They'll end up paving it, and they'll be like, it's paved, it's accessible, and it's like, bro, it's 600 feet of elevation in 3/4 of a mile. This is not accessible.
And I don't remember, like, it's been a long time since they've announced this work, so I don't know, like, I haven't really read about it in a while to know if it's truly going to be accessible or if they're just going to make it more accessible, like make it a little bit easier for people to use. I'm not sure. But we tried to hike that, and then traffic was terrible. There was no parking, so I was like, let's just keep circling the lake and see what the rest of the lake looks like. And we sat through the road work and then got to a pull off and decided to turn around because it was getting later in the day and we didn't really necessarily, I guess, want to circle the entire lake. So we decided that we were going to just turn around and go back and see if we could get parking, and we did get parking.
Just on the shoulder of the road, not in the Cleetwood Cove parking lot.
So we had to park, almost half a mile away?
Yeah.
So it added a mile total to our walk. But we parked and we hiked down and got to jump in the lake and swim.
Whitney got to jump off the rocks with the camera. Almost lost the camera.
I mean,
because
it was attached to me.
Your little baby hands aren't strong enough to hold on to a camera whenever you jump in the water.
I just don't understand what happened. I don't know if it was just the shock of hitting the water, because, I was able to keep my fingers on my nose. Why couldn't I hold on to the camera?
It's an excellent question. So we got video of Whitney doing that.
I still haven't watched that video. You haven't shown it to me yet.
No, I can show it to you. So it was fun. The water is cold, but, it's Crater Lake, so as long as you go into it with the idea that it's going to be cold, you're kind of prepared for it. And it wasn't too cold to swim in. It was cold, but it wasn't too cold to swim in.
And it really was weird, because I floated on my back a couple times so that I was only, 8 inches or a foot. The top surface was significantly warmer, and you could really tell if you put your body parallel to the surface of the water so that you weren't sticking down into the water. It was kind of wild.
And somebody threw rocks at me.
Somebody did throw rocks at you.
That was interesting. He was not trying to hit me with rocks, but we're not going to get into the weirdness of this story. We went to the viewpoint for dinner. What viewpoint did we go to for dinner?
Oh, that was on our way out to the coast. We stopped at the...
Oh, we split up because that's right. Everyone decided that we had to burn a night at one of the campgrounds anyway. So everyone decided that instead of staying at Crater Lake that night and just making the drive to Lincoln City the next day, that we would make the Lincoln City drive in one push that night so that we could start off early the next morning hunting for a float. So we pushed separately to Lincoln City that evening. Whitney and I stopped at a viewpoint for dinner.
Was it at a lake?
Yes, it was the viewpoint for a lake. I don't remember what lake or what viewpoint it was. I didn't say, I just said viewpoint. And then we had gotten far enough ahead that you decided we could stop at the rest stop where the cult was gathering for their seance at the rest stop, which I wish I had more details so that somebody could help me figure out why there were dozens of high school aged children hanging out with like 3 or 4 adults, all speaking in tongues in the grass field at a rest stop off of the interstate in the middle of the afternoon. It was odd. They were on a bus and there were a bunch of white cargo vans and the whole thing was weird. So we got to see something weird at the rest stop, but we had showers at the rest stop and then jumped back on the road, drove to Lincoln City. Whitney ate a cookie and fed me a cookie and ate a bite or two of cheesecake and fed me cheesecake while I drove.
I forgot about that.
With us going to Lincoln City.
Couldn't stop for dessert. Had to eat dessert on the road.
Had to do it on the road. And then we made it to Devil's Lake State Recreation Area Campground, which is where we stayed for the entirety of our trip in Lincoln City, which we've stayed there before. It's nowhere near as spread out and nice as the campground was that we stayed at in Crater Lake.
Mm-mm.
It's way more packed.
But there are very few campgrounds that are like the one in Crater Lake.
Yeah, that's a very true statement. We went out the next morning, went float hunting.
Yeah, there was a lot of float hunting on this trip, just walking on the beach. I don't feel like we need to
get into it every time.
Yeah, do any specifics. So we float hunted for, I don't know, a couple hours maybe. And then went down to Depoe Bay to get some breakfast
at
Whale Bites Cafe. Breakfast burrito. Best breakfast burrito ever. And it was so good. I didn't take a picture of the cinnamon roll. We got a cinnamon roll, right?
Yeah, that's a picture of you putting the icing on the cinnamon roll.
Why didn't I take a picture of the beautiful, beautiful cinnamon roll?
I got an action shot of everyone at the breakfast table enjoying our time together.
That's funny.
I only drank half the protein. I was going to give you half the protein. I figured we both need a little bit of protein. Burrito and a cinnamon roll, absolutely amazing. We love Whale Bites. You'll never hear us say anything bad about Whale Bites. It's so good.
I'm going to say something bad. They're not making the cinnamon rolls anymore for the season.
Oh, the cinnamon, or your sticky bun.
It's a cinnamon roll. It's just their variation. I'm annoyed. They're fired.
So we finished at Whale Bites and went over to Devil's Punch Bowl so that everyone could go tide pulling, except for me because I got distracted agate hunting.
And I did not realize that when you and I went to Devil's Punch Bowl,
it was such a low tide.
Like a month and a half ago or whatever. It was like...
It was a -2.
I was going to say, it was like
3.
almost a -2 tide. And then when we went for this trip, it was like a +3, +3, low tide. So it was a wildly different experience. It was still fun. We still got to see some cool stuff, but it was just, I wish I had paid more attention to that.
Well, it's funny how that stuff works out where you and I go do stuff and...
just luck into...
Yeah. And then we don't even know. We don't plan for it. We're not even aware of it at the time. And then in hindsight or in retrospect, we look at it and we're like, holy crap, like that worked out perfectly. And yes, you plan things sometimes most of the time, so that it works out in a way that is conducive to our trips. But I feel like there are plenty of times where we are not aware at all of the necessities of something having to work the way that it has to work for us to have the experience that we have, and it just works out sometimes.
Yeah.
Not every time. I mean, we're sitting here looking at Medicine Lake right now, and we have little to no view
As we watch duckies go zooming across the water.
Ducks. I didn't know what it was. I thought it was a fish skipping across the surface of the water. As a bald eagle flies in front of us. Whitney's just about to spit coffee everywhere. We've got ducks
just
zooming.
The irony.
A fish is jumping in the air. There is so much nature happening right now.
As you're literally sitting here complaining about the view that we don't have, and we're like, oh, look, ducks. Oh, look, a bald eagle. Oh, look, a fish. That literally couldn't have been more perfect.
The ducks are attacking each other right now. Just
what are they doing?
Absolute nature chaos right now.
They are zipping through the water. Anyways, what were we talking about? Oh, the tides.
I don't know. The bald eagle just flew back by
hope
the
he
opposite.
doesn't go back.
Is there another one coming in from?
I hope he doesn't get a duck. I'm gonna be sad.
It's the circle of life, babe.
I mean, I don't care if he gets a fish, but I don't want him to get a duck.
Where are we?
Tide pooling.
We went tide pooling.
Where did all these ducks just come from?
There's
like a billion of them.
I found a ton of agates. It was a really good day for agate hunting at Devil's Punch Bowl.
Do you remember what else you found that I had to seek?
A lichen?
A chitin.
A chitin.
But what kind of chitin? That was the dog making noise.
Oh, was it?
Yes.
Okay, it sounded like it came from outside.
What kind of chitin was it?
Whitney's going to try to figure out what kind of chitin we found at Devil's Punch Bowl. Actually, we didn't even find it. There was a woman that I was talking to with a group of people that were asking me about agate hunting. And she asked if I could identify something because somehow I had become the agate and oceanic sea life expert of this expedition. And Whitney has her sea cap, so...
It was a Canada Jay that landed on my head.
Okay. So Whitney came back with her sea cap from tide pooling in Devil's Punch Bowl.
Gumboot chitin.
A gumboot chitin.
Which I have I don't know if it's technically a vertebrae, but I have a bone thing from that I found on one of the beaches that we've walked on in the past.
The ducks are very distracting right now.
I need you to pay attention to...
They're on one. We went to D River State Park for lunch, biscuits, and a cookie, and we hunted for a spot to float hunt. We were having such a hard time.
Yeah,
it was busy.
It was Labor Day weekend. It was a big drop.
So everybody was out there, and we're in the van. Like, our friends are in a little Jeep Compass. They can park anywhere they want to park. We're in the van, so it's tough to coordinate between them being able to park wherever they can park and then us having to find a spot large enough for the van, which, I mean, the van can park in a normal spot, but it's still a van, so you want space.
It doesn't have the turning radius that other vehicles have. A duck was just doing duck things, flapping its wings.
We went over to the 35th Street beach access for float hunting. That was when y'all went north on the beach, and I stayed behind and just agate hunted and found more agates.
Yeah.
I had pockets and pockets and pockets full of agates for this trip. We went to...
Sorry, go ahead.
What? You just got so excited about something.
What's the next thing you're going to talk about?
The next thing was Road's End for sitting, for wine drinking, and then so they could go float hunting while you and I stayed behind and did something. We might have... I don't know. I don't know what we did. What?
And then, is that the night that we drove back down to Depoe Bay to try to go get pizza from Tide Pool or whatever it is?
It could have been. I didn't make a note for it. Road's End for sitting, wine, float hunting.
Because this was the wine, right? Or is that different? Why do we have the computer out? That's at that's at Devil's Lake State Recreation Campground.
Yeah, Devil's Lake State Recreation Campground for the night. Which of course, that's where we stayed for the night. What are you trying to get to? What is it? Just make your point. What? Oh, yeah, that might have been that night.
We, I think that was the night that we went back down to Depoe Bay to try to look for whales and try to get pizza.
Well, we were trying to get pizza.
But the pizza place was closed. So we instead just went to the whale watching center and were out looking at whales and watching the sunset, and looked down over the cliff edge, and there was a family of 4 trash pandas running along the rocks by the ocean. And that was so funny.
It was quite cute.
Because it was an adult and 3 little ones. And then...
Back to the campground for the night. And the next morning was donuts. So we went to Lincoln City Donuts and Coffee to get a box of donuts. And I got a bag of coffee.
I did not take a picture of the donuts.
I did. And then we went to Rhodes End to sit at one of the picnic tables. And everyone ate their donuts, and we all drank our coffee, and then we went float hunting and didn't find a float. And this was the day that we went to the Sunday market over by the campground, and Whitney and I ended up buying wine.
We bought a lot.
We bought wine, soap, jam, cherries that were terrible, and some baked goods from Dee Dee at Volta Bakery. And we got a ham and cheese scone, which was just okay. We got a croissant, which the croissant was amazing. I said the croissant was a 10 out of 10.
I thought we really liked the scones. They were moist.
I said good, not great as far as flavor goes. The ham didn't do anything for me, but the texture was fantastic.
Okay.
So yeah, I enjoyed what we got from her. The wine that we got was excellent. We got a $20 bottle of Skin Contact Pinot Gris.
Sounds right.
And it was so good. We only got really one bottle. We should have gotten 2 bottles. It was very, very good. I can't speak to the soap or the jam. We got a blueberry...
You can speak to the soap because that's the soap that we have in the trailer right now. Sillets Bay, the orange and sage.
Okay,
we got that because...
We only got this because we like it so much because we've had it before.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you can't speak to the jam.
I don't remember what we got. Did we get a habanero strawberry? Or a... Do you remember what we got as far as jams go? I didn't.
We got a habanero fruit and we got a chipotle fruit, but I don't remember what the fruit combinations were.
And then we got a blueberry
balsamic.
Was it blueberry balsamic? That's exciting.
Blueberry balsamic ginger or blueberry balsamic, and there was sage. There was one other thing in there too, but we haven't had any of them yet. We have a ridiculous jam collection right now. I counted like 12 jars. We need to get our lives together.
Is it 13 including the pumpkin butter that we have?
12 counting the pumpkin butter.
We finished at the market and decided that we were going to go to the Knoll Trail to the Thumb in Lincoln City. Whitney vastly...
Oh, don't hate.
Whitney exaggerated the simplicity of this hike.
I can see blue sky. The sun's starting to come through.
So we keep referring to our friends. I will simply say R and B. And B seemed to be doing okay on the hike, but R was not appreciative of Whitney underselling the hike, and they did not bring water for the hike, and I think R had just about enough of dealing with Jake and Whitney and Sandy and not having water for what proved to be a pretty difficult hike.
I said before the hike that it was 1,000 feet of elevation. I was like, I don't remember it being hard, but it does have 1,000 feet of elevation. So, everybody knew what we were getting into.
We did the Knoll. The Knoll's a good hike.
It's got nice views of Lincoln City.
Yeah, it does. I like it. It's a good hike. It's fun. You don't have to go fast. You can take your time with it. And there's nothing about it that's super difficult. It's a lot of elevation, but it's spread out. And I guess that's not necessarily true. The beginning portion of the hike is fairly difficult. There are some steep sections. It's on an unmaintained, like, dirt and gravel road, so at least you're not doing a ton of elevation over roots and super unkept, like, hiking trail type terrain. That's the right word. Thank you. My brain was farting. So, what?
It's just an interesting way of putting brain fart.
We went to Road's End for lunch, a scone, and I think Whitney and I ended up eating a few brownies for dessert that day instead of just one or two. We went to Eleanor's Ice Cream. Which one was Eleanor's Ice Cream? Oh, it's the new one that opened up in Lincoln City. So Eleanor Ice Cream is a new ice cream spot in Lincoln City that just sells Umpqua ice cream for $8 a scoop. So what?
You're such a drama queen.
It's nuts. I feel like opening an ice cream place is the thing to do right now because people are just happily spending $8 for 2 scoops of ice cream, which the markup has to just be absolutely insane. I can't imagine the profits that you get from scooping ice cream.
But yeah, we went there because they wanted to get ice cream, but they wanted to get Tillamook. But I was like, but you should try some Umpqua. So we found Umpqua. They managed to have Umpqua and Tillamook on their trip, and both preferred the Umpqua. So I was happy about that.
We went to Lincoln City Glass and got a marble. And then we went over to the Glass Pumpkin Patch in Lincoln City because they have a Glass Pumpkin Patch right now because 'tis the season. We did not get a pumpkin. And then we went back to the campground. Whitney had to take a quiz. We needed wine, and we ate a croissant.
And then this is the day that we went down to Depoe Bay.
Depoe Bay for failed pizza and some whale watching.
I just didn't take many pictures, so I'm like trying to figure out like what's going on.
And then we instead had Domino's pizza. Well, they had Domino's pizza for dinner that night.
You did too.
I shared with you. I let you eat all the pizza you wanted to eat, and I just ate. I ate 5 pieces or less of a thin crust pepperoni, jalapeno, and pineapple pizza. Yeah. No, I had my salad. I had already decided I just wanted a salad for dinner that night. When everybody was wanting to go down to Depoe Bay for pizza, I was like, I'm perfectly fine just sitting here and eating my salad.
I'm sad we didn't get to try Tide Pools, or Tide Pool, whatever it is, but I'm also annoyed that they just weren't open.
Yeah, really annoying. No indication of anything whatsoever. So we got to see our trash pandas, Domino's Pizza. You and I, they went hunting. You and I went to Chinook every time. Chinook what? Please say the name of the casino.
Oh, Chinook.
Chinook Winds.
I was like, I don't even know what you're trying to say.
Chinook Winds Casino. You and I went and recorded episode 21 the next morning while they went and hunted for a float. I was going to say a marble, but they were not hunting for a marble. We went back to Depoe Bay for whale watching. What?
What did we do before whale watching? Burrito and cinnamon roll.
Depoe Bay for whale watching, followed by whale bites. We went down to Depoe Bay and whale watched, waiting for R and B to finish hunting in order to get down to Depoe Bay. We sat there in the van at the wall and whale watched, waiting for them to get south.
That was just because we got there like 10 minutes before them.
What were we doing?
Sitting and waiting.
And doing what?
It's not like
we were looking at the water. What lives in the water?
Lots of things, but it's not like we went down there for the whale watching.
Is that when I saw the whale breach? No,
it was when we were leaving the day before, I think, or something. I don't remember.
I saw it, so I got to see a whale breach.
Which, I don't have service. I sent Mama that reel that they posted. I don't know if she ever watched it.
I got to see a whale breach in one of the recent days, and it was absolutely amazing. I'll probably never see anything like that again in person.
You will when we go to Alaska.
We better have a new suspension on the van before we go to Alaska.
We will.
Whitney took us down a hell of a road yesterday, and I will not go down another road like that until we upgrade the suspension on the van. That was horrible.
I took a video so that we can post a reel of it. Sandy did not appreciate that at all.
She's having flashbacks. She's traumatized.
She was not prepared.
So while we were eating whale bites that morning, we all decided that we wanted to go on a whale watching excursion.
Because we were sitting at the picnic tables at Whale Bites just watching buku whales right there in the bay harbor.
In the bay. They were not in the harbor.
Well, Depoe Bay. Duh.
If they were in the harbor, it would have been a heck of a show.
That would have been amazing.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's ever happened.
I hope not. I feel like it would get stuck in
there. Now I need to remember to Google it later.
I feel like it's too shallow for one of those whales to get into the harbor. We did that. I got some videos.
Have you watched that video yet?
Yes.
How was it?
I haven't watched the whole video. I went through and deleted the ones where my camera was messing up. When I said it was like doing really weird things.
So like once it started messing up, you just deleted everything down there?
I had to find the videos that didn't actually have any content to them. I watched those, and I watched the videos that I recorded on my phone. And it was just one whale spouting. Like, there was nothing crazy.
On your phone?
On my phone. I didn't watch
the video. But you haven't watched the...
I haven't watched the Osmo videos yet. We got all of, 30 minutes of whale watching stuff from the excursion. It was fun. It was neat. We got to see some whales up close. We got to see some tails. We got to see a tail. The trip finished with a tail, which I did not get.
Yeah, because that was... But then we went out to... We left there and went out to... No, we walked around Depoe Bay first.
And got mini donuts at Bigfoot's Beach House.
Some donuts.
We got chocolate, powdered sugar, and cinnamon, and they were amazing.
They were way better than expected.
They were so good.
I looked at them when I opened the first bag, and I was like, that is some pathetic-looking little donuts. And you pop them in your mouth, and you're just like, that's quite tasty.
$8 for a dozen, which is a steal for mini donuts. They were
Fresh
so
mini
good.
Donuts.
And they gave us extras.
Yeah, because we got 5 of each.
Yeah.
Because we each ate 2, and we pawned off our 5th one and let them split it.
And that was when we went to Boiler Point for whale watching and goodbyes.
Oh, yeah. That was sad.
Sad.
It went by so quickly. And then we started heading south.
We did.
What lighthouse did we go to?
Yakina Head.
I want to know. I can't remember how you say that word.
Yakina. I just told you how to say it. Yakina.
I don't remember.
Yaquina.
I've asked somebody. Went and walked at the lighthouse for a couple minutes. Didn't do much.
Went to Yahat's Ocean Road for dinner and whale watching, which I don't think we saw any whales. But at this point, if we're sitting near an oceanic body of water, I just say we're whale watching.
Because we're watching the water and looking for whales?
Well, yeah, and it's Yahat's. It's not an improbability that you're going to see a whale there. We went to Jesse M. Honeyman State Park Campground for the night, and if anyone knows anything about anything to do with this podcast, then if you hear Jesse M. Honeyman State Park...
And Florence...
I didn't even say Florence. You should know at this point that we are in Florence, and everyone knows as long as it's not a Sunday or a Monday and we're in Florence, then we're going to Big Dog the next day in order for us to get apple fritters.
And we got more than apple fritters that time. We got our 2 apple fritters, and we got a blueberry cake and a cinnamon sugar cake.
Yeah. Yep.
And they were good.
Wouldn't have to get them again.
Don't have to get any of this stuff again besides...
His cinnamon rolls are good.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
We like his cinnamon rolls a lot.
Yeah. Cinnamon rolls are really good. Fritters are amazing. That was a really good fritter. I need a fritter. Maybe we need to go
I was thinking
to the coast.
yesterday I wanted fritters.
I need donuts. I don't know where we're going to find donuts on this trip.
We went to Cleewalks Lake, which is the lake that I had been wanting to go to when Whitney was trying to figure out lakes in Florence the last time we were in Florence for paddleboarding. Cleewalks was the lake that I wanted to go to. So Whitney caved and let me go to the lake that I wanted to go to for this paddleboarding trip. And we both really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was super
a neat
cool.
little lake.
I don't think it's all considered the lake.
Okay.
Because when you look at how big the lake is, like stats-wise, we did way more than what is the acreage.
Okay.
So we like went through a little channel and went back into another part of, I mean, it's connected, so I guess another part of the lake, and just paddled forever. Did we paddle to the end? We did. Right?
We went as far as we could go without getting into like super marshy or super nasty water. So yes, we went as far as we could go.
To me, it felt very reminiscent of like a Louisiana bayou, just without alligators in it. We saw some pretty lilies. It was a super fun paddle. I would definitely do it again.
It was a cool thing, cool spot. We saw next to no one else out there. We were out there essentially by ourselves.
On a Saturday, I think, too. So it was a lot of fun.
Do you remember what we did after we went paddleboarding? We were headed south.
The next thing I have is a burrito.
At Nobi.
Yeah.
We went to Nobi Tap House for schoolwork. Whitney had to do schoolwork. I listened to the podcast that we recorded in order to just check for quality. Maybe not quality. Maybe just to make sure that everything recorded correctly and there was nothing catastrophically incorrect with the recording itself. Because anybody that listens to these podcasts knows that we do not have the same level of audio quality as others. But where other people are spending thousands of dollars in order to manicure their recording studios and make the best possible recording experience, we are sitting here right now in our van recording an episode, watching an osprey and possibly a bald eagle and ducks.
I need to go seek these
at
birds.
Medicine Lake. So, yeah. I think, what's his name? Sean Tyler and the other one that I listened to. Joe Rogan and
can suck a nut in their studios.
Two bears in a cave and everybody else with their multi-$1,000 studio.
I can see to the other side of the lake.
Yeah, you can.
It's clearing up. It's basically paddleboarding time.
Well, we don't have much left to get through for the episode.
So we went to Nobi and we got a burrito to split.
From?
Amigas.
We got a burrito to split.
And you got a queso taco.
I got a queso taco. And then we went and got ice cream.
Ugh.
At a place that we won't go back.
It has officially been switched from the favorites list to the bin list.
You changed it?
Yeah, as soon as we left.
So Scoop's Ice Cream in North Bend. It's still icy ice cream. We don't need to go back. I think this is the same place that told me that it's only icy. It's not creamy because they don't use preservatives or emulsifiers like other places do. All right. You don't use emulsifiers or preservatives, and your ice cream sucks. So here's an industry secret. Use emulsifiers and preservatives if it means your ice cream's not going to suck.
But what sucks is their flavors are really good.
Their flavors are really good.
But the ice cream is not.
But the ice cream's terrible. Tugman State Park Campground for the night. Then we woke up the next morning for walking and coffee. And then we went and had the tea spilled for us over at Empire Donuts in Coos Bay, Oregon.
Yeah, she didn't have
good things to say about Sugar Shack in Reedsport, and I imagine Sugar Shack in Reedsport wouldn't have good things to say about her. Next time we're at Sugar Shack, I'm going to try to get them to spill the tea on Empire Donuts.
Hey, have y'all ever been to Empire Donuts?
I am here for the drama whenever it comes to the world of donut makers. We got donut holes. They were very standard donut holes, very typical, what you would expect. We got an old-fashioned, which was not as moist as I would prefer, but very good. We got an apple fritter, which was the best of the bunch for everything that we got. It was not a standout apple fritter compared to other apple fritters that we've had by any means, but it was good.
It was very run-of-the-mill.
Everything was I was going to get through all the donuts and be like, there's a pattern here. Everything's just very standard.
I ruined it. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Chocolate cake. It was just a regular cake donut with chocolate glaze. I feel like I always have to specify whether it's like chocolate cake or anything like that.
Because then we also got a cake with chocolate frosting.
We got a cake with chocolate frosting, and we got a chocolate cake, which is a chocolate cake donut with chocolate frosting. Great flavor, just lacking in moisture. Really, the chocolate cake had really, really good flavor. And I liked her chocolate glaze that she used. Mm-hmm. And then we also got a glazed twist. Again, very average, nothing wrong. Just a few things here and there that you and I wish were different. But as far as a donut shop goes, it's all very, very standard, good donuts.
But didn't I say that it was... Is this one that I was like, it was kind of expensive for what you get? Like,
I don't remember. I didn't make a note for that.
I think I said it was kind of expensive for what you get. Because, like, for it being very average donuts, I think we spent like $14 or something for what we just listed, which is, like, I feel like if we had gone to Mary Lee and gotten the same amount of stuff, it would have been like $7 or $8.
We don't know. It's been so long since we've been to Mary Lee. Whitney had to do a drug screen for work or for school, so she went and did that. I went to one of my favorite spots for beer, which is Coosehead Co-op in Coos Bay. And we decided to walk back over to the farmer's market that was going on.
Well, that's not why we walked over, because we tried to go to the farmer's market, but they don't allow dogs. And so then we walked over to, what's the coffee shop? So It Goes.
Yep.
Walked to So It Goes so you could get some coffee. And then we were literally at the farmer's market, and we saw... a bakery.
The Farm Stand Bread.
Farmstead.
Okay.
I'm looking at the picture of it. Farmstead Bread. And we got... What kind of biscuits were they? Is that where we got biscuits?
We got biscuits from So It Goes Coffee House. We got cheddar and jalapeno biscuits. And
then from Farmstead, we got a pistachio rose croissant.
So good. The best thing we got was the pistachio croissant.
And we got an almond croissant, which I liked more than the pistachio rose. And we got a regular croissant.
And we got focaccia.
Oh, and we got focaccia. I don't have a picture of that because we ate it, 2 nights later.
Yeah.
And we got honey.
And we got honey from the market. No. And I've not gotten into the honey yet, but I'm sure it's good. It's honey.
And then we continued heading south, and we stopped at the lighthouse in Bandon to look for a marble that we did not find.
But it's still there, and we have hints to figure out how to find it.
And he said he would give more hints.
So
if we drive down the coast to head home from this trip.
I figured we were going to.
Probably, because we'll probably be out at the Washington coast before that. So it just makes the most sense.
It does make the most sense. Oh, that means we might go to Astoria this trip.
Yeah, probably.
I might get some more Frosty Tita.
Oh, and a burger.
And a burger.
And some ice cream.
Best ice cream ever. I'm going to get super drunk, and it's going to be the best ice cream ever all over again. And then Whitney's going to be like, you were talking so much about that ice cream, how good the ice cream was. And I'll be just drunk enough that I'll be like, we need 3 scoops.
And then we stopped in Gold Beach to look for another marble, and we did find this one. And I got my first Christy McDonald, and I was super excited about it. It's so pretty. And then we got home.
Well, we stopped... It doesn't matter. We ate lunch in Port Orford, Oregon at the Visitor Center with biscuits. And I said, and a croissant? Because I stopped taking notes and I forget what else we had. Do you have pictures? No?
That's when we ate the pistachio rose.
Okay. Yeah, we ate the pistachio rose croissant. I loved it. I said it was so good. One of my favorite things ever. Absolutely delicious. Whitney liked it, but it isn't one of her favorite ever things. The focaccia was very good. I think I enjoyed it more than you did.
I just could have done without the tomatoes.
I loved the tomatoes in there. I thought the tomatoes were so good.
That texture, that gross, mushy, juicy.
Oh, you can actually see trees over there now.
That's what I said. And that was it.
That was the Labor Day trip. that was everything. That was fun. That's the end. You can say bye.
Bye.
Bye.